Misunderstanding Lilith. I wanted to talk about Lilith in the way that I've started understanding her energies. I'll talk about what Lilith is, the public perception of Lilith, the mythology, and how to use this energy. And I'll talk about the difference from how it's seen and how I see it. What is Lilith? Lilith has a few different points. One is an asteroid, and two are imaginary points, like the lunar nodes. Many people who study astrology know that the imaginary points in our charts can actually tell us some really, really important things about our destiny. What is the energy associated with usually? Lilith seems to be associated with feminine power, sexuality, anger, and control. You can see strong Lilith aspects in empowered women, like Joan of Arc. That would be a great story to read if you're interested in Lilith. You may also see many positive Lilith aspects in lesbian relationships, and some of the good and bad energies associated with Lilith can be seen in the feminist movement. Typically, we talk about Lilith in women as the way that they reject male power, and in men, the way that they reject feminine power. As with everything else in your chart, it all depends on, for each person, it all depends on how conscious they are of their motivations, how evolved they are, and how much they care about doing good. The public perception about Lilith is that people typically see this as where a person is susceptible to deception and to deceiving. It's seen as the place where people don't care about morality and they refuse to compromise as it relates to sexuality. What I would say that people are missing about Lilith is the fear. I want to look at Lilith as Adam's first wife. A short internet search will show you that she rebelled against marriage and God, and that she lures men away from tradition and into devious connections. I would partially agree with this, but I want to add something that we don't really like to talk about. Forced marriage and marriage with people who are too young to understand their sexuality. You may or may not know that the wounds of our ancestors are genetically imprinted in us, so this may be one of the reasons why this energy exists in our modern world. And I know that in many places, these problems still exist. I want to look at Lilith as a young adolescent girl or child who may have been too young for marriage. And I want people to see how exposure to early sexuality or the lack of proper guidance in early adolescence and childhood plays a role in your Lilith energies. When analyzing your chart, try to see yourself and your Lilith points as a child, scared and not ready for the world. Lilith doesn't compromise, but it's because he or she is frightened about this energy that has been thrust upon her, or him. She's devious because she wasn't cared for properly, and she doesn't believe in the fairness of the world. Sort of like Scorpio, but if I'm being honest, Scorpio is more devious. Lilith is not Scorpio. Lilith is its own thing. Because Scorpio isn't just about sexuality, but we can talk about Scorpio another time. You can work with this energy and hard contacts in your chart by admitting that you're scared and asking for the protection and care that you need, whether that protection be from yourself, through feminine support and networking, or through relationships to men. You can end your Lilith cycles by respecting the scared and abused child within you, accepting your own sexuality, by expecting care, and by ending relationships that abuse that wound. Please subscribe for more, and good luck on your journey.